Evening or welcome to some tactics, right? This is DROPSHIPS, derpy derp. We've got, this is a really weird role reversal. We have Judge gunning and myself flying. As I get hit by a fellow blue, he fires into the ground. Thanks, buddy. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. This episode is called Dropships Are Terrible because, my God, they are. Now, interestingly enough, with the whole Legion thing announced, I am absolutely gobsmacked at how incredibly fun dropships may become, or maybe they won't be in there. It'll be interesting to see, won't it? I think, from my point of view, I always had this dream. Let me share my dream with you. That I wanted a game that I could log in to, group up with a group of mates who I know that have the same visions and dream, etc. And we basically then go and enjoy the game, and in essence the game is a sprawling kind of open world where we could go and do many things, and one of these things, as I get round to it, would be the ability to call in a dropship and go hunt things. So a dropship with 6 seats or maybe more, couple of dropships, oh my God, imagine that, literally 2 dropships with your gangs in them, screaming across the landscape of a huge open sandbox map, and we're looking for dudes, we're looking for things, and we're scanning. And just imagine that kind of feeling of putting your feet on the planet. I mean, just, I know I'm being very metaphysical, work with me. Imagine that feeling of dropping, or feeling that you're dropping from the war barge onto the floor, and you then basically step off the war barge, or rather the dropship or whatever it is, you step off, you clone into the map, whatever it is, and then you place your first foot on the sand, on the dust, and you feel that ground underneath you. Imagine that feeling. And then you literally have your RDVs drop in the dropships, and your squad, I mean, let's say 5 dropships, imagine that, and you assign search patterns and search sectors to people, and then you start looking for things to fight, and then you coordinate with a multi-vehicled thing. Now, this is what, again, a lot of really good games have done. PlanetSide 2 did this. But you needed to be it didn't do it very well. Now, Legion could do this exceptionally well, so that you actually don't have you don't know what's there, and you have a gang of people who are then all enjoying the same, emerging encounter with you. I mean, that's what stories are made of. Literally, that's why Eve is so successful, is because you get in a gang and you go fight and roam, and then you never know what you're going to find. And that feeling of let's go and see what we can find is incredibly exciting. We aren't going to talk too much about Legion in these series, but we obviously do talk about the transition between the two. And I think the reality is that that is an exciting vision for me, and this is why dropshipping for me is it is one of the first things I wanted to do in this game. It was the first thing I really kind of got into, and I think it was just because I love the concept of them. I mean, these are very much Attack of the Clones. You remember Attack of the Clones, Star Wars? Was it the Stormtroopers dropships or whatever they had? Oh, they were just amazing. I love the whole concept of it. That's right, I flew my dropship into the MCC. Who the hell parked that there, dude? But I just think if they could get this right, so I mean, the gunning, look at this. The gunning is just so much fun. It's just crisp and clear and simple and primordial in its attack. It's just simple that you have this kind of wonderful hovering, hunting, helicopter style thing. I mean, this game has done this exceptionally well. And I hope that Legion does exactly the same, because there is something very special about multiple dropships hovering, looking, hunting, fighting. Just that whole premise that we could not just be mercs, but you could be an airborne merc. You could be somebody of an infantry group, a cavalry group that base from dropships. So every time they spawn in, maybe there is already a dropship there. I would love to see that mechanic. I think this is a shame that they never did it in Dust, where you could just spawn in with your vehicle. So you would come out of a factory hangar with your tank, or you'd literally fly in at the top of the map in your dropship. I really think that was a missed thing, and I hope maybe Legion does do something like that, because it would be epic to have that feeling that you're not just immediately being cloned into a new body, then off you go, fellas. I think there is something quite nice about the fact that we maybe would have dropped from the war barge in dropships. That would be epic. I know that CCP probably won't probably go that route, but I can dream. This feeling that you could literally fly your drop. I mean, imagine that there is a transition where you actually muster as a gang on the deck of the war barge, get in the dropships, you then start flying towards the exit, then it spawns you into the map. That would be amazing. Anyway, we're not going to speculate more because we're talking another game. We're talking, you know, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? Yeah, that's right. Flame me all you like. Gunning is still amazing fun. If you play this map, I would recommend you do this tactic. You see here, all we've got is a Python with a gunner. Now, I'm not looking to gun because Judge has got level 5 Python, so he's getting my bonus plus his bonus. So he's firing a machine gun rocket launcher right now. Seriously, it really is. And it's a very powerful gun as well. It's a prototype gun, so it does a lot of damage indeed. And I think I'm amazed more people don't do this tactic because it's just basically a mini orbital. I'm terrible at flying, and that's proved by that. That was pretty awful, wasn't it? But I think, yeah, look at that. Machine gun, blap, blap, blap. Love it. I think, you know, to be honest, there is so much fun to be had in this game still. Particularly now that we know the news, particularly now that the old guard of this game is breaking and moving and changing, and, you know, the jelly is no longer set. We can actually go and try something different, and I would urge everybody to break out of whatever roles you were in and go and do something different entirely. And I think, you know, it could be corp based, it could be just role based. If you were a heavy and you've never run a scout, try it. And I think, you know, there's plenty of life left in this game, yeah, enough, you know, for many months of enjoyment. So I think come and enjoy the game. And I think you'll find that actually there is so much more there that will maybe convince you and make your decision on Legion as well. Because everybody has to effectively ask themselves a question, am I going to carry on this game to Legion or not? And I think if you're not, then that's a decision that you've made. And then, you know, GG to you, because that's quite a bold, hard decision. But I think if you're not sure, then try other parts of the game. Try everything the game has to offer, and then decide if you want to continue with your investment with this game. And I think that's the logical, simple, honest answer, and the only answer I could possibly give you. Because, you know, I'm invested in this game. I like this game, and I think it's going to be a great game in Legion as well. And I think this is the question I ask myself. I'm angry that it's left the console. I really am as well. But I'm also just having to accept that decision because I have no ability to influence it in the slightest. So that's the way it is. These are the way of things, unfortunately. I think the IP is still very strong. I think the gaming company of CCP, you know, carrying on with it is good, because they could have sold it to another company to develop, and that may have been even more of a disaster. But what they're actually going to end up doing here is they're using a guy who really does know what he's doing. I know a lot of people have obviously been sort of like, you know, critical of Rouge, but I think a lot of people are very supportive of him as well, and he really does have the pedigree to make this something quite great. It also takes a vision, and it also takes balls, and I would say that, you know, we've certainly appeared to have that. With the team that are developing the game. So, and no, I'm not sucking up to them. They probably all suck at this game, and they really would get rocked by me because I'm better than them. Look at that, me trolling them. I'm not going to troll people. I'm tired of the trolls. I am. I really am. I'm tired of the trolls. I almost said to myself that when I get the ability to say bollocks to all of FanFest and every CCP employee basically seeing me put the word bollocks up in great big SquadB colours in huge text, then that would be my defining moment of my channel. And I think, yep, we've done that. So I think we're just going to take it easy now. We're retiring slowly. You got to laugh, and because if you don't laugh, you'll cry, and obviously you don't want to cry. So I think that's just the way of things. But have a go with the dropship. This is fun. I enjoyed doing this. Just make sure you got your Python level up a bit. I've got 4. Judge has got 5. That's a huge investment. But if you got level 3 and 3, that's pretty decent. And you'll find that you'll kill quite a lot. Get a good gunning suit. Have a heavy suit with lots of hit points, and also a passive armor repper on it as well. Otherwise, it won't work too well. But this is it. This is the game. So there we go. Nice little few skill points there. My Amiga must have run out by the time I did this. How many kills? None. Oh well, there we go. Oh, I forgot I was gunning. Oh, I was flying a dropship, but you know, put your defend order on the dropship, and you can actually reap some quite serious points from the match. But there we go. Dropshipping, it's a funny thing, and I think, you know, it's a hard thing to do. And I think if you can master it, then good on you. I think if you're looking for something to do that's quite a challenge, then I think this is probably a good thing to do. So there we go. Not great scores, but hey, all good fun. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.